Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the Gaz right to the Gaz-R. And I'm going to have three matches here for you while I explain the initial thoughts here. It's not really, I guess, a little bit initial, because if you haven't noticed, I haven't been posting this week, or at least one video at a time. It's because Texas went over some winter troubles. That's been fun to deal with. But now that that's over, I got constant internet connection and electricity. So let's go over the Gazus, which I think I'm gonna keep calling them Gazus because that's another pronunciation you can call them. But yeah, we got two suits here, kind of like the Zeku Eins, Type 2 and Type 3, which I'm fine with because honestly, I thought they were either gonna be two suits at a time or limited mission suits if the game Alk comes out. But yeah, so we got three matches here. The first one is the Gaza-R, and then I have a space match with the Gaza-L, and then another Gaza-R ground match. Both these suits are pretty good, I had to say. Very handy, at least the general. The raid is a little bit more fragile, but it does have some skills that will help it out. But let's get into the stats for the Gaza-R first, and to make it easier for y'all, I'm just going to call them the blue and the red. Blue will be the general, red will be the raid. So the Gaza Blue will have 16,500 HP, 22 ballistic resistance, 22 beam resistance, 10 melee resistance, 30 range strength, and 20 melee strength. And to get it out of the way, I believe they both all have the same speed, which is 135 speed and 65 thrusters. Let me double check on that. Yes, they do. And I think 72 rotation. Awesome. Yeah, so this one's got a little bit higher, not I want to say high, more like average kind of a beam ballistic resistance. It has some pretty low melee resistance, but this thing can do melee pretty well. And it's pretty much just how I'd explain the Gazus, or yeah, these suits, is that they're kind of like a more balanced Garibaldi Beta. Usually, I think they're more versatile than the Garibaldi Beta 2. Usually when I see somebody pick the Garibaldi Beta, and I'm pretty sure if you've played against Garibaldi Betas, you definitely know how they play. Stun to downswing, immediate downswing. Very rarely you'll see somebody do a neutral swing, but and it's pretty much the one thing you want to do with that suit, because it's just the thing to do. But here the Gazus have some weapons on them. Starting off with the Gaza Blue, we have the Garibaldi beam rifle, which 17,000 power, 3 rounds of course, and then 400 range, which catches a lot of people off guard. The Garibaldi can hit that far. Usually they're always at close range, but with this suit it works really well because this suit is the more ranged suit compared to the Gaza Red. So you can poke some people with it, get a stun off. Then it has for its another primary weapon, it has the Heat Lance, which you can actually switch that out. The Heat Lance has 2,600 power, which is a hefty amount of power, and I believe the downswing has like some kind of modifier on it that makes it do a lot of damage. Even though this is a general. It also kind of works like the G-Line Assault's downswing, where you rush forward. Pretty hefty side swings and neutral swings too. You can do a lot of damage. Again, 2,600 damage. And then if you can switch it out, I believe you have to get it in the gacha drops. You'll get the Twin Lancer, which if you can switch that out with your Heat Lance, you'll get 18,000 power out of that, which a very good weapon. It's got like a 2-second ready up time, so you can practically do like almost an infinite combo with this suit, kind of like the Bolinoke. Can be really handy. It's not just this suit; it's also for the Gaza Red as well. Which you can also switch out that Heat Lance as well. And then for your secondary weapons, you got the shoulder beam cannons, which are 500 power, I believe, for each beam, and 34% heat rate and 400 range as well. And this makes this suit really good, in my opinion. It takes 2 shots to stun, so if somebody's in front of you, 2 shot, boom, they're stunned, like that. Here you can see me just mess up this Garibaldi beta, kind of mess up, just keep on neutral swinging him. Man, if I would have read that dodge roll, or maybe not expended my boost so much, I probably would have continued that. But then, there's this combo, the downswing. But yeah, those shoulder cannons will make you a very annoying person to fight. Just you can shoot somebody twice, they get stunned. You can use your beam rifle, stun them again, and they try to go away. Shoot them 2 more times, they get stunned. I believe you still have 1 shot left after that. But yeah, just keep going at them. And then you have the large beam saber, which has 19,000 power. Your second melee weapon that you can just melee people with. Also, another thing about this Twin Lancer, if you haven't seen my testing out video for it, the Gaz-R Blue, the neutral swing can hit a little bit behind it as well. Like, surprisingly, it's not like a super godlike reach behind it, but it's pretty far out. At least what do you think it would be, so you can use that as somebody coming up behind you. But yeah, here I am just poking at some people. Usually when I'm at low health, I'll just start throwing shit at people, because it works. This is the more ranged suit, and it's a general too. You'll last a little bit longer. And then for its skills, it has some different skills here. It's got the shock absorber 3. You got some shock absorbers on it. I think you also have some buffer on its shoulder, specifically its right shoulder, because of the little flare it has there. You can do a double dodge roll, which is good. Of course, you have stuff like balancers and force injectors. It has flight control, so you can do some schmoovin' in the air, and melee combo controller, and also has blast stabilizer, so if you're going to go melee some people and you'll kill them, you don't have to worry about getting stunned. Overall, I really like the Gaz-R Blue here. Pretty handy general to have. I think it's a pretty damn good suit. A little bit fragile in the melee, and little bit health wise, but you can buff it up to be a pretty decent general. Get some crazy melee stuff going on, some crazy stuns because of the way it works. You can get multiple stuns off on people. Stun somebody with the rifle, and then turn around and stun somebody with your shoulder beam cannons. Maybe even get a 3rd stun off on somebody. Can really help control situations. Protect your support even. I'm pretty sure it can break maneuver armor pretty easily as well. And if you have a suit that's flying like the Methus, you can just fire all your shoulder beams at them and they'll go down. Which, when I get to the Gaz-R Red, I'll explain some of the differences between the suits, if it's not obvious from the stats, but some stuff like their shoulder cannons and some of their skills. But yeah, we didn't get up there, but hey, Sword Striker and Taru did pretty alright. Poor Sword Striker got left behind though, because he's a support at Arctic base, but hey, 3rd place, 3 and 2. Pretty good assist and individual score. And here we are with the Gaz-R Red in space, which honestly, these suits aren't half bad in space either, because of their, well, especially this one, because it has maneuver armor and force injectors, which is always a good combo to have in space. But yeah, the Gaz-R Red, or the Gaz-L, because it's the left, which it looks really weird when it does its swings, its melee swings, because of, the positioning of its melee. But yeah, this one also has 16,500 HP, and of course earlier I said that its speed and its thruster and rotation is the same as the blue. But this one has 13 ballistic resistance and beam resistance. It has 28 melee resistance, only 5 range, but 45 melee strength. So obviously this one's more of a, I guess you can say, glass cannon. But, well, actually, yeah, because of its skills it has. Of course, it also has the same weapon, the Garibaldi Beta Beam Rifle, 17,000 power, same 3 rounds, 400 range. Of course, you can give it the Heat Lance or the Twin Lancer if you have that. Its secondary weapons, same thing. Beam Cannon ×2. Actually, hold on. The power looks like it's different on this one. Let me double check that. Okay, yeah, the General, the blue, has 500 power. But for some reason, the Raid has 700 power. I guess to kind of give it a little bit more damage. And then it has the large beam saber, which I believe does a little bit more damage, maybe 2,000. But what's the differences between the shoulder cannons here is that the Gazu shoulder, the Gazu Red's shoulder cannon doesn't stun like the Gazu Blues. You can just rapid fire it, and I'm pretty sure it does some build up, damage build up, because I think you can break maneuver armor by using your beam rifle and your shoulder cannons. I have to test that out more, but I think that's what a few people have told me now, is that it can do that. But also, this one lacks, the Gazu Red's shoulder cannons also lack ASL, which, if you don't know what that is, that's the big circle that surrounds your reticle. So it's missing that, so it's not going to be as easy to hit, which it's okay to hit. Like, it's easy to hit if you can rapid fire that, but it makes it easier for the Gazu Blue to hit things. But yeah, the it's completely missing on the Gazu Red. And then for its skills, it also has balancers. It has force injectors. It has maneuver armor 2. The Gazu Blue doesn't have maneuver armor. The Gazu Red has maneuver armor. And also has melee combo controller level 2, so you can do 3 hits. Although I believe with the Heat Lance you can't do more than 1 hit. I think the same goes for the blue. It also has the blast stabilizer. It only has 1 dodge roll, while the blue has a double dodge roll. Same amount of flight control. It has the shoulder buffer. This time on its left side for obvious reasons. And then it has the heavy attack, which I think it's a pretty good heavy attack. A little bit easy to counter, but it's a really fast. What it does, it just stabs the ground and then it rushes forward with its lance, which that initial stab is really fast. I believe it comes up here in a second. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Hold on. I think I'm going to go around here and try it out. Yeah, just a nice quick stab, and then you rush forward, which, yeah, because of how fast it is, you can catch a lot of people off guard from behind. No time to react, and even if they do a dodge roll, because of how latency is, they'll probably just catch the initial damage of that. And yeah, oh man, that support's nearly dead. If I would have upped I don't think I upped my melee damage for this loadout on this match, but I believe I would have gotten a lot more melee on that. I think that heavy attack would have definitely killed in just those 2 hits, which is insane. Like, holy crap. A lot of damage here, just like the GM3s, which, now that this suit's here, I haven't seen GM3s at least at 500 and above. I was kind of right when I said the GM3 was just the test bed for this heavy attack skill, and lo and behold, the very next suit has it. one of the new suits, and it works pretty well with this because it has maneuver armor too. It's got a dodge roll. I want to say it has a little bit more resistance than GM3, but I don't remember exactly. I think it has more health, though, so that's good. But obviously, this suit's going to be your melee suit, your really aggressive melee suit that does a lot of damage. I don't believe it gets a heavy attack with its Twin Lancer weapon. Honestly, I keep the regular Heat Lance on the Gazu Red, and then use the Twin Lancer on the Gazu Blue, because it just helps those suits out more. Because, you know, for the general, I want more versatility with my melee and all that. In this suit, I just want pure destruction when I hit somebody. But yeah, those are the Gazu red and blue, the L and R, the left and right. But yeah, these are some pretty good suits for where they're at right now. Like 500, they can put in some work. I'm not sure if they'll do 600 too well. I haven't tried out 600 with the 550 suits yet. Although, having played these, I think they probably could. I mean, I definitely could see a level 3 version of both these suits. The General, though, I think the General is a little bit more better than the Raid. Although I do think the Raid still has its upsides too, because the Raid has the heavy attack and it has just good melee damage and resistance. But the Gazu Blue, just has more survivability going for it, and of course, if you give it the Twin Lancer, you can pretty much do an infinite on somebody. Which I guess I can give that to the Gazu Red as well, that it can do an infinite. But for the Gazu Blue, it has more stats that favor it. Let me look back at these level 1s, which, okay, I forgot to say, both level 1s are 500. Yeah, the level 1 ballistic and beam is 13 for the Gazu Red, and then for the General, the Gazu Blue, it's 22 for each. So, and around 500, you kind of want 20, a little bit above 20. That's the average. You want that because that will help you survive more. Which for the past few suits, I was like, man, you need some beam resistance. For this suit, the Gazu Blue, that's the average. You got the average amount you need. Also, hey, mission complete. Let's see what we got going on here. Hey, top individual, top assist, and top damage. Nice. You'll definitely get top damage with the suit if you know what you're doing. Yeah, first place, 5-2. Not too bad at all, although that was a pretty close match. And then the third match that's going to be coming up soon is another match with the Gazu Blue, the General, which, this is like the first day I played it, and this was originally going to be the first video for the initial thoughts, and I had that other match. I was like, oh, that was a pretty good match too. I'll have that one the first video here. But yeah, there we are. Going in there, but yeah, I definitely think the General just has more going for it because it is a General, has more survivability. And you still get some good damage off of this suit. You can still buff it up to be a pretty good General. Like, that's all I can say about these suits. These are just pretty good suits overall. There's nothing to, I guess, for the Raid is that survivability issues, but you can buff up the beam resistance, which honestly, I should probably mention the slots here for them both, because that'd probably be a lot more helpful. The slots for the Gazu Blue is 10 close, 15 mid, and 11 long. And then for the Raid type, you get 19 close, 10 mid, and 7 long. So definitely want to go for more melee, possibly, or thrusters for the Raid type. But yeah, again, I have to say, both of these suits are excellent suits. I can definitely see them being if you need like another suit on your team, these two would be pretty good suits to have. Like, just overall, just decent. And yeah, you can see me just switching between two targets here, between the DJ and the Dryson. And of course, double dodge roll comes in handy. The boost gauge, whenever you overheat it, it's not as fast as some suits, I feel like, so you might want to be careful when you overheat yourself. Oh, everybody's dead. Let's just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you have a pretty handy General that has really easy stuns going for it, and really good melee, and then you have a Raid that can do completely just fuck you damage, and has some ways to get around doing stuff. Overall, not disappointed in getting either of these suits at all, and what my friends have gotten, they're happy with those suits as well. They're just really fun suits that are also good. So, happy about that, and makes me excited for the game walk, which I know it's probably going to be something with shock dampeners, because of how big it is. I hope it's going to be good. Which we know it's going to be here because of the leaks, but maybe it can be a powerhouse or something to justify having 2 suits to protect it. And of course, we'll probably see some teams with it too, where we have a Gamalk and a Gazu red and a blue protecting it. But yeah, just gonna go ahead and commentate the rest of this match, just so don't awkwardly leave you hanging on what's gonna happen here. But yeah, and there I am, just dying from the Zero Shiki. And yeah, I believe I've just been playing more of the general because it just feels good to play. Just getting those stuns off on people. Again, the shoulder cannon, even though this thing doesn't have the heavy attack like the Gazu Red, the stun potential with this suit is just worth it, especially with those shoulder cannons. It just feels like you're just dealing constant damage out with it, and that's really nice, and it's so versatile. So if somebody wants to come at you at close range, you can almost put them in an infinite. I think I attempt to try that this match also, like I did with the Garibaldi beta in the other match. For some reason, it feels easier to do. Maybe it's because of how delayed its melee maybe is, where I feel like I can get restuns off really easily. But I think I attempt to try here. No, I was going for a downswing, but I got interrupted. But dodge roll away, helpful for that. And yeah, 400 range. That's a lot of range to work with. That's a stun. I think that was a stun. Couldn't tell. A little bit small on my side. Watching that. Tried to hit the dry, so I hit the wall more, which I believe both of those beams on shoulder cannons have to hit twice, which is easy to do. But you have to hit that 2 times, and then you'll get a stun off. If you hit with one of those beams and you hit it twice, it's not going to stun. And also, it's a really good just if you want somebody dead real fast, if they're like low on health, you just unleash all of that on somebody, and they will die. I've used the shoulder cannons to finish off a low health raid plenty of times. Or maybe even a general, or if a support needs to be heavily damaged, do that on the support. Okay, everything's going on here. Just trying to stay safe because I don't want to get hit too much. Also, me and this other Gazu-L, we're just cleaning up house here, just fighting off this Dryson. I thought I was going to kill him multiple times right now. Like here, I thought he would have died. Nope, he's still not dead. Okay, now you're dead. And meanwhile, he's fighting the Zero Shiki. We're just going to double team the Zero Shiki real fast. There's a stun, melee, he's dead. So honestly, having 2 Gazu Blues on your team is not it's not bad. Like, you can have 2 really excellent generals, at least for like a 6v6. I don't know how having 2 of them for a 5v5 would work. Maybe it'd work just as well, but yeah, I definitely prefer the Gazu Blue rather than the Gazu Red. Although that's not saying that the Gazu Red is bad either, because I've seen some friends like James do really good with it. I think I might have a link to one of his videos so you could see how good it is in his hands, especially that heavy attack. I think the heavy attack's really good, and you can use that to trip up a lot of people in in maps like Arctic Base. If you've seen my first match with the Gazu Red, I've used it to just slowly encroach on somebody and just poke them with the second part of the heavy attack and get damage off. Also, 2,000 damage with just that one stun rifle. That's really good damage. And just restuns everywhere. Yeah, see, that's what makes the Gazu Blue really good. And then you add in its decent melee. Yeah, you can do some great work with this suit. Trying to get to safety. We're nearing the last minute of this match. Just gonna miss everything. Hopefully he can help finish him off. I'm just staying back so I don't get hit more. Oh, here he goes. And also, that's another good reason to have those shoulder cannons just spamming out, fire. Is that if you know somebody's about to get rid of their invulnerability, just unload on them, and some of those shots will just end up hitting anyway, and you probably get a stun off too. It's kind of like if you're reading a dodge roll and you hit somebody near the end of their dodge roll because of latency and you still get the hit off. It's kind of like what you're doing with the shoulder cannons. Also, this poor support's just going to get bullied. Just re-stunned. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this can be a really annoying suit to fight. In the hands of somebody who knows completely what to do with it. A pilot interrupted me. That's cool. I'm going to keep going this way now. And I do believe, the Zeus is going to die here in a second, so I got a nice good assist out of that. And that's a timeout. Good works all around. And I love you, of course. And mission complete, and we'll see what we got going on. And also love the trimming on this suit. I did beat my rival, not up on the board. I will praise the rig, he did pretty good. And third place, 4-1, not too bad at all. Good. And again, some pretty good individual score. Been noticing I've been getting some good individual and assist score with this suit. So I guess if you want those tokens for those, if it's an individual score day, use this suit if you get it. I do believe in its boosted supply drop. You have a higher chance of getting the level 2 versions of these suits, which is not a bad deal at all. I do believe they can hang around 550 for sure, especially the general, because that's the only one I've gotten for 550. But I do have seen the raid type at 550, and it can do well as well. Well as well. All as well as it ends well with these suits. But yeah, that's going to be these two suits, the Gaz-L and the Gaz-R, or if you've been following me, the Gaz-Blue and the Gaz-Red. Because one's a general, one's a raid. But yeah, I think that's going to be in this video. And if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And, type up in the comment section what you feel about the Gaz-R and the Gaz-L. Do you like them? Do you hate them? I like both of these suits. I think these are really good additions to the game. They feel good to play. They're fun to play. Even though the red has significantly less resistances than the blue. I mean, you can definitely feel it, but it's still they feel nice to play. These suits do, and that's a good thing. If they feel nice to play, and they're also good and fun to play, then more people are gonna be playing them. That's all you can ever hope for when a suit comes out in this game. It doesn't feel like a stopgap for a suit to have heavy attack, like the GM3, which I swear to you, it's almost like the Double Zeta and the Cubile when it came out. When the Cubile came out, immediately people stopped playing the Double Zeta. As soon as the Gaz-L comes in with its heavy attack, GM3 gets dropped immediately. But you know what? I'll probably still see it in 450 matches. But yeah, that's going to be it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.